Look at this. This is the fucking Chapix classic. Chapix hard pushed the guys up here when in squads, didn't he? He basically preempted him, Beehive, and whoever else he's playing squads with came up here and basically jumped on a team one game. If you're taking 2 mid-game fights, and then you have a pretty decent end game, and these guys always have decent end games because they're always focusing the right people. They've always got 500 ammo each. They're just constantly putting pressure on. If you're putting that much pressure on, you're bound to get 10 plus kills every end game. So if these guys are getting, 2 fights per game through mid game and they're winning them, you can see how they're dropping 17 kills in a high elo lobby. You can actually see how it happens real fast. Gets the cone in, super simple for Hen. Tries to bait out the peak, looks to take that wall, does get the wall life and the cone. Oh my good god! That is crispy. That is crispy. So first there's that. That was Jannisz coming in with that cone, I think. I think it was Jannisz who did all this building. Let me double check this. Oh my god. Oh my god. If fucking Hen didn't steal that kill, that's actually like that's a banger clip. Wall, cone, floor, wall, floor. Oh my god. There are already 4 kills going into second zone here, man. Obviously look to play a little more passive, chill out a little bit. Maybe look to play a little bit more to dead side. We'll see what they do in second zone. Well, they know they looted Craggy. They didn't even loot the full of Craggy, so they know what's unlooted, what's not. They can go back through here, farm back up, get their cosmic chest. Like this is crazy, man. They're in the game with 4 kills and they're still picking up a whole bunch of loot that they just ignored from the first time they landed here. Yeah, so we'll keep on 4xing this until we get a little bit more action. But look, again, you keep in mind what I said last game about everyone in EU forcing center second or forcing something like on a height or close to height in second zone. Constant. It's constant. And just means that their rotations to third zone are so much harder or so much more reliant on people not shooting each other. Particularly if third zone pulls. If third zone's nice and it's kind of central, like third zone's probably going to pull directly on Craggy and they're all going to be fine. But if third zone for some reason decides to pull down here, they're all going to have a real tough time. Just because, again, that tendency of everyone to just sprint to center second in EU. There you go. So a zone that's pulled a little bit further towards that way. These guys not bothered, they're going to farm up, make sure they're at max of everything. One thing that's interesting about these guys is they're happy to play edge because they don't mind sort of bullying their way in. They don't mind sort of aquaing up. Oh, they're going to the pad. They don't sort of mind aquaing a little bit where they just kind of force people to do what they want. They kind of bully the lobby, ramp them, constantly spray them. They've got the confidence of FNCS winners, which is, it's really obvious to see in the way that they play. And see what he does. Oh, he backs up behind one, gets a free snipe. Nice. They're going into 4th zone here, so he knows that they're going to be chilling. Now where's Jannisz? Jannisz is a little bit behind. He's going to pressure him up. I like that. Keeping some pressure on while Chapix is looking to get in and try and secure something. And the Fireflies. The Fireflies have actually proven very useful there, bro. They stop the res. They stop them from editing out. So they get the res off, but they kill that entire team, I think. Yes, they had a fair few pads. I think they were chilling. Yeah, they've got 4 pads, so by using one there, I think they might have picked one up from that team, but burn a pad there through mid-game to ensure that you're going into late-game stacked. It's just not a bad idea whatsoever. Setting yourself up for end-game is half this game, man. First, second, third zones are just as important as the movings. Alright. Zone starts moving, and again, the idea of them not being too worried about coming in late. They're happy to kind of bully people if they need to. Look at the way just ramp over those teams, right? Like, they're not fucking worried. Then someone's pressuring them, just ramp over them. Fuck it, who cares? I don't care about you. Go to the top. That mentality. It's the, like, I call it Aqua mentality, right? Because Aqua was the guy who sort of pioneered that style of rotation. Someone's in front of me, fuck, I'm gonna bully them. Fucking rotate for me. If you're gonna start shitting me, fine, I'll ramp over the top of you. I don't care. So it's kind of like hyper aggressive. It comes off like you're trying to push people. It doesn't even matter that they had to burn 2 pads there. That's cracker. More of a mentality than a strategy. It's just like, I'm better than you. I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha male. I don't get bitched by people like you peasants. You know what I mean? 7 kills going in end game here. And again, the idea of I'm going to wait for them to pick up something late game here, but look at the guns they have. 213 bullets, 504 bullets, 488 bullets. So much ammo. There's just infinite spray there. Infinite spray. So, zone hooks max. Wait and see. Who's got the pads? Chapix has one. Jannisz does not have one. And Hen does not have one. Oh, so they're down to the last pad. Thank God they kept one with the other guys when they were getting shot out. Well, they're thinking something here. A little triple spray on these guys and hold them off. But like, again, like I keep on bringing the same stuff up because when we watch the pros, when we watch the players who do the same stuff right every time, just constantly looking. Those guys see a potential fight there, a potential, refresh, a kill, something that could, instead of maybe having Chapix going into late game here or moving zones here with 92 builds, he goes into it with potentially 130, 150. Always looking. Small things that they're constantly doing just because they're always looking because they're tier 1. This is a Destiny Jesus classic. Has all of his guys do this, kind of retake the pad. When you retake the pad, you get to sort of have another look at what you're doing, kind of pick your lines a little bit better, potentially look for another pad at some point. Don't see the point of that unless they're actually going to chop this entire thing. Oh my god, they are. There's no way. I don't think I've ever seen a chop that elaborate late game before. Yeah, there's no way that worked. Nope, it didn't work. And look at Jannisz here, man. So inspirational. Created a nice little tart for his team. Look at that. Good, really well defined, important sort of priority structures for this team. If we don't get hype, we need someone who's got something for us, right? So instead of being back there with those guys, Jannisz is in front and he's creating a spot for them to be safe in. So really, really good priorities from this team. It's one of the reasons they're literally the best trio in the world right now. Always doing the right things at the right time. Now they've got to go back through their old tarps. They're not necessarily too worried about getting back ahead. This is all their old stuff. So that's why there wasn't someone necessarily establishing ahead. Super focused on height too. That's just the way that they're looking to win these games, these cash cup games. Break him out. Oh, Hen nearly takes the fucking work. He must hit the shot here. It's unfortunate that we missed that. But Hen, I don't know how Hen's not died there. Now it's all about retaining it, and I'm like, this is not going to end well for Peach because he just basically let them know that he's a target. Fireflies coming in clutch too. Fireflies with how good fire is hitting, how hard it hits this season. If you're in trios and you've got a spare slot, it can actually be used really well for utility. It can replace potentially a harpoon slot or something, because it can actually be decently useful through late game or potentially in a mid game fight like we saw earlier, where that you can stop people from editing, you make it more difficult to get a res off, that sort of thing. Now essentially this same strat, look for hide around second transition, third transition, something like that. In that zone they played back. We'll see if we can find something. Yeah, so Hen's just fucking pop it off. But I mean, like, it just seems so simple. What did they really do? I actually say that quite a lot too. What did they do? That was wow. That was amazing. I think one of the interesting things that I saw there was the use of fireflies. That might be one of the only interesting things. But aside from that, it was sort of play back and play really smart for height. And then when they got height, it's just constant pressure, non-stop, constant on the top of people, shooting down at them all the time. And now they're in a scenario here where they're going back through old builds. So they do understand they have to be a little bit more hyper-aggressive. You can't AFK when it goes through old builds because people just go through their old tarps and then it's a heal game. And if you've been fighting for height, a lot of the time it can be not you who's winning a heal game. So Chapix is up top looking to play heal game. You can see he's got the bounty cannon, that there, and that there is the bounty cannon, those two empty slots, plus he's got the fish. So he's going to be playing that while Hen and Jannisz are probably just looking to put down as much pressure on the rest of the lobby as they can to either get out their heals, to stop them from healing, and just make their life as difficult as possible. And meanwhile, Chapix is up top, just having a grand old time. Hits his shots. That's one of the things about him, man. He just does not miss his shots. Kill on Fury, picks, and then now he's got his own there. Honestly, he's probably going to out-heal Chapix at this point. Oh, he's going to drop him the bandy cannon. Oh, I love that. How wonderful is that? That's so cute. And he wins it easily. And he still had that left. That is actually so cute. Let me drop off. Let me drop off. Runs his way up.